Hi, we're going to have a look at the DS0138 Digital Oscilloscope. This is available on eBay. I've found many sites which you can buy this from. This is basically a digital oscilloscope. What you need to power this up is a 9-volt power source. The unit has a 5-volt regulator. So anything above 5 volts should work, but maximum should be around 12 volt. Okay, we've got various switches here. We can have a look at. These are the coupling switches, which you got DC, AC and ground. This is sensitivity, which is 10 millivolts, 100 millivolts and 1 volt. And this is the time switch, times 1, times 2 and times 5. In here you have a point where you can do a test. There's a test square wave in there. This is your power input. This is another power input. These are 4 switches which you can select the options and then change them. And there's an OK switch in there. There's your reset button, and there's a triggering LED in there. You also have various test points in here, and also various test points in there, and a USB input. As you can see, I've mounted mine to a piece of board so it doesn't short on anything when I try and use it. Also, I've added a ground voltage piece of wire so I can easily connect that to my equipment. Okay, now we're gonna see the unit power up. I'm gonna power up. I've got a power pack. You can see it booting up, and the unit has booted up. Okay, so let's have a look at a couple of things. First of all, make sure it's working. So you've got a waveform there, so we're gonna have a look at these switches. So I've reduced the waveform now to 0.1 of a volt. Also we can reduce the, there we go, reduce it further. We got now. So in here you can see you've got 0.1 of a volt selected. Look at that again. By the way, the probe I'm using is a times 10 probe from Tektronix, from another scope I have. So having a look at that, we can look at some of the functions of the scope. First of all, you have to look at these options down the bottom. Those are all changed by the select switch and the other switches. So first of all, we go to the select. At the moment it's on the 5 millisecond. When I press, it goes to auto. That's for the trigger. That's for the slope, for triggering, leading edge and falling edge. Next one is the trigger point. Then it's horizontal level, where you want to place the horizontal waveform. This is the vertical point. We've gone back to 5 milliseconds. So I'll show you how to change that. If you keep looking, see that's gone to 2 milliseconds, 1 millisecond. I'm pressing the switch here, which is the up. If you do it the other way, it goes up to 10 milliseconds, 20 seconds, 50 milliseconds, etc. Okay. Now that's the triggering mode, so you can go normal, singular waveform. So when it triggers, it just captures one waveform, and you can go back to auto if you want. Okay, what we have here as well is a couple of pots for changing the shape of the waveform. If I can get that to so in here, what you can do with the switch, with these pots, you can adjust them so your waveform is square. That is to remove the capacitance when using the oscilloscope test, probe. Obviously, many people have their own test probes, so and they all have different capacitance. So that's how to adjust the waveforms. Both pots will give you some adjustment. Okay, let's have a look at some of these switches here. So there's signals from the device itself. Some of them have signals. I'm testing the actual device itself, so it does work. There's a couple of other functions which you may experiment with. When you press some of these switches together, it can capture your waveform and store it into memory. You'll have to refer to your own documentation for that. There's a variety of these options, and I'll try and put them up with the video. Thanks for watching.